On February 12, 2026, at the Paycom Center, the Milwaukee Bucks delivered one of their most complete performances of the season, defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder 110-93 in a game defined by resilience, depth, and a statement outing from Ousmane Dieng. With both teams navigating key absences just days before the NBA All-Star break, this matchup had the feel of a test, not just of talent, but of structure and adaptability. The Bucks passed that test convincingly. Dieng delivered his most complete performance in a Bucks uniform: 19 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 blocks. The stat line alone tells part of the story. What it doesn't fully capture is how he controlled the rhythm of the game. Offensively, Dieng attacked mismatches with patience. He hit mid-range jumpers when defenders sagged. He moved decisively without the ball. And when Oklahoma City tried to speed the game up, he responded by slowing it down, facilitating from the high post and finding shooters cutting along the baseline. Defensively, he was even more impactful. His 4 blocks came in pivotal moments, stalling Thunder runs before they could build momentum. Twice in the third quarter, he rotated perfectly to contest Chet Holmgren at the rim, turning potential momentum plays into transition opportunities for Milwaukee. Winning without Giannis again. Milwaukee entered the contest without its franchise cornerstone, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who remained sidelined with a right calf strain. The absence of Antetokounmpo could have easily shifted the tone of the night. Instead, the Bucks leaned into their depth. Head coach Doc Rivers was also away from the team due to personal reasons, leaving assistant Darvin Ham in charge. The circumstances demanded composure and structure, and Milwaukee responded with both. The offensive system emphasized ball movement and spacing rather than isolation. The Bucks recorded strong assist numbers and avoided long scoring droughts. It was a reminder that championship-caliber teams must survive stretches without their centerpiece. On this night, the Bucks did more than survive. They controlled the game. Balanced production across the board. Milwaukee's supporting cast played a crucial role in extending the lead and maintaining pressure. AJ Green scored 17 points, providing floor spacing and timely perimeter shooting. Bobby Portis contributed a 15-point, 12-rebound double-double, bringing physicality to the interior and winning second-chance opportunities. Portis, in particular, set the emotional tone. His work on the offensive glass created extra possessions that demoralized Oklahoma City. Several of his rebounds came in traffic, where he outworked multiple Thunder defenders. Meanwhile, the Bucks bench unit maintained defensive intensity. Rotations were sharp. Closeouts were disciplined. Help defense came early rather than late. Milwaukee didn't overwhelm with highlight plays. They overwhelmed with consistency. Thunder hampered by key injuries. The Thunder were shorthanded in a much more significant way. Reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander missed the game with an abdominal strain, and rising star Jalen Williams was sidelined with a right hamstring injury. Without their primary creators, Oklahoma City struggled to generate efficient offense in half-court situations. They received solid efforts from Isaiah Joe, 17 points, Chet Holmgren, 16 points and 13 rebounds. Holmgren battled effectively inside, especially in the first half, but he faced consistent double teams and active help defenders. As the game progressed, the Bucks' defensive pressure forced the Thunder into tougher shot attempts. The absence of Gilgeous-Alexander was especially noticeable late in the third quarter. During a key stretch, when the Thunder tried to mount a run, they lacked a reliable closer, someone who could break down a defense and generate a high-percentage look. Instead, possessions ended in contested perimeter shots, allowing Milwaukee to extend its lead. How the game unfolded first half. Competitive but controlled. The Thunder kept the game within reach early, feeding off home energy. Holmgren found success attacking mismatches, and Isaiah Joe's perimeter shooting kept the scoreboard ticking. However, Milwaukee never appeared rattled. Dieng orchestrated the offense from multiple spots on the floor, and Portis rebounding limited Oklahoma City's transition opportunities. The Bucks enter halftime with a modest but steady advantage. Third quarter, the decisive stretch. The third quarter proved to be the turning point. Milwaukee tightened its defensive rotations, forcing Oklahoma City into rush decisions. Dieng's rim protection and timely passing ignited transition opportunities. During a 4-minute stretch midway through the quarter, the Bucks strung together stops and converted efficiently on the other end, pushing the lead into double digits. From that point forward, the Thunder were playing uphill. Fourth quarter, closing with composure. Rather than allowing complacency to creep in, Milwaukee continued executing its sets. The ball moved side to side. Shots came within rhythm. Defensive intensity didn't dip. The final minutes were less dramatic than decisive. The Bucks had done their work earlier, and the Thunder never recovered. Defensive identity takes center stage. One of the clearest themes of the night was Milwaukee's defensive structure. Without Antetokounmpo, the Bucks simplified their schemes. They switched selectively, rotated aggressively on baseline drives, and forced Oklahoma City into mid-range attempts. Holmgren's 16 points came, but rarely easily. Each post touch was contested. Each drive met help defenders. The Bucks were content forcing the Thunder into lower efficiency areas of the floor. Oklahoma City shot inconsistently in the second half, and the 93-point final total reflected that defensive suffocation. The psychological edge before the break. The timing of the win matters. With the All-Star break approaching, teams often view the final game before the pause as either a momentum builder or a mental burden. Milwaukee ensured it would be the former. Winning on the road without both their head coach and franchise star sends a message internally. This roster can adapt. For Oklahoma City, the break offers a chance to reset. The hope is that Gilgeous-Alexander and Williams will return healthy. The Thunder remain a talented team, but Thursday's loss highlighted how dependent they are on their primary playmakers. What it means moving forward. For Milwaukee, the emergence of Dieng as a two-way contributor adds versatility. The bench unit proved it can shoulder scoring responsibility. The defensive identity remains intact even without Giannis. For Oklahoma City, depth scoring must improve when stars are absent. Ball movement stagnates without a primary initiator. Holmgren's development remains a bright spot, but support is critical. A quietly significant night. This wasn't a nationally hyped showdown. It wasn't the buzzer-beater thriller, but it was significant. Milwaukee demonstrated maturity and adaptability. Oklahoma City revealed both its resilience and its vulnerabilities. In a season that often swings on availability and execution, the Bucks showed they can win in less than ideal circumstances, and win convincingly. When the second half of the season resumes, this 110-93 victory may be remembered not simply as a February win, but as a sign that Milwaukee's foundation runs deeper than one superstar. And for Ousmane Dieng, it may mark the night he fully arrived.